Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and Injustice Update 2.9 has hit. So we're going to talk about some of the new stuff in the update, what we like, what we don't like, but first and probably most important, we're going to talk about the glitches that do and don't work in this update. So the challenge reset is working. We've confirmed that it's working. The overselling glitch, our most recent glitch, has been patched, so you can no longer infinitely sell one character.
So right now there is no glitch for power credits.
So if you haven't updated yet, don't update until you've banked enough credits that you're happy with the amount that you have.
Oh, and side note, if you're not sure how much to bank, watch the video on will this get me banned, because you don't want to overstock on power credits.
It looks like more than 500 million will now get you banned too, so definitely not more than that, even if you decide to go overboard. And the last laugh tickets glitch is still working. So now we can get into what's new in this update. The update is actually only 300 megabytes instead of the full 1 or 1.3 gigs.
Finally! Alright, so I've been waiting. It seems like such a waste that every time you update, they make you
download the game.
A full gig.
Yeah.
Alright, so, finally, thank you. Good job.
The current challenge is Arkham Knight Catwoman, and what's exciting about Arkham Knight Catwoman is she's promotable with credits again. So it looks like we're back to the promotable with credits challenge characters as opposed to just the old new way of doing it where you could only get them in the challenge and then in the early access packs.
Right, and her price is 351,000 credits, which is relatively high, but that's a pretty standard trend for the newer characters.
Yeah, so the other two characters are Earth2 Solomon Grundy, and you can see here he sells for 100,800, which means that he buys for 336,000, who he is supposed to be an upcoming challenge, and Blackest Night Doomsday, who sells for 105,000, which means he buys for 350,000.
If you could actually buy him, but he's supposed to be MP Online Season Reward. Oh, we should mention, this is not our account. Like we mentioned in a previous Q&A, we got somebody to set us up with something so we could demonstrate what's coming up.
So the Survivor Wars is the LexCorp gear set until June the 2nd. And in the most recent update, there's been free recharges now, following the WWE Immortals model, so where you can watch a video and get your characters recharged. And Mortal Kombat X is unlikely to change this system, even though both other games have, because they charge souls for it. So it seems like they already have a system that they're happy with, and it's different enough that it's unlikely that they're going to switch the same way that these two have switched over. There's actually no longer a video review mode in online multiplayer, which is what we used to show during our weekly Q&As when we actually do the Q&A section, so we don't know what we're doing for that yet.
We could just be disembodied voices talking with nothing exciting in the background playing, or maybe somebody's got an idea, but we're gonna have to think of something.
Yeah, so if there's an idea that you have, definitely comment. I'm not sure how big a deal it is, because it's pretty likely that a lot of people are clicking away and just listening to us, but we'll see. So there's supposed to be a new gear. There's been a new gear officially announced, and it's a multiplayer season reward gear called the Alien Artifact. And it has, on its base level, health boost and chance to evade special 2. So health boost starts at 8% and goes to 18%, and chance to evade special 2 starts at 10% and goes to 20%. And then when you evolve it, it becomes Mother Box, and the health boost goes from 18% to 28%. When you max upgrade it, chance to evade special 2 goes up to 30% max upgraded, and you unlock the final power, which is 50% chance to drain 2 bars from an opponent at start of a match, power drain. So that goes to 100% chance when fully evolved. So that's really going to take out the kind of Ares team, right?
It's going to work on any team where you rely on starting off with a big special 2. I guess you can't put them in the first slot, but it'll slow you down. So if you put them in not the first slot, let them drain whoever, right? Let them drain our third guy. The problem will be that he can't tag out immediately to use somebody else. And really the person who's going to suffer the most would be Arkham Origins Batman if you leave him in the first slot. So it's just going to adjust how people leave him. I mean, we were taking him out of first slot anyways
because it doesn't,
defensive teams.
It doesn't make sense. You want to have your tank in first in almost any circumstance, but it's interesting. They're definitely thinking about the meta and who's being played a lot and trying to find ways to balance that out a little bit. So for the new characters, we're going to show off Doomsday really quick. So while he's tagged in, his special attack damage builds up over time to do a total of 2 times damage. And what's interesting about this is his passive doubles the full damage that you deal. It doesn't double the minimum damage that you deal.
Right, so in other areas where you have a special boost, for example, it will boost a percentage of the minimum damage.
Of 40,000 here.
This doubles whatever you finish swiping and tapping or whatever for specials.
So as opposed to doubling 40, so giving you 80 plus whatever you swipe, it would actually give you 160 if you swiped maximum here. So that's actually a lot better. And so for Earth2... Oh, sorry.
Doomsday.
Well, the other thing too is how it builds up is it goes in steps of... well, I mean, we're going to do something, I guess, to demonstrate them in action, but it builds up in steps of about a third of his boost. So after 3 steps, it becomes a full 100% or doubling boost.
And his boost also stays after he's tagged out.
Which
So
is cool.
you can tag him in and out and it won't reset, that kind of thing.
Right.
The same way that some people's passives reset, like speed boost with flash and stuff. So yeah, and his design is pretty cool too.
I like him.
Okay, so moving on to the next character, Earth2 Solomon Grundy.
Let's take a look at his...
So on tag in, he does damage over time, and he has chance to decay a piece of gear for the whole match. So it's kind of like the shattering on the new Superman, right? Dawn of Justice.
Yep.
But 1.5% of his base damage is what the damage over time is when he tags in.
Right, per second.
Yeah. And I think the chance of decay is actually potentially really good.
Yeah, the problem will be because these are unreleased characters, we're not going to be able to demonstrate that part of his passive online because not our account, we can't get it banned. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and so the last one is one that you guys have probably already gotten a chance to see. She does huge damage, Arkham Knight Catwoman. Her damage over time attacks cannot be rinsed by tagging out, which is really good. It means you really can't escape it. It's hard to plan around, right? And the damage over time becomes more powerful with each Arkham Knight character on her team.
Alright, so here's the important point. I mean, we're going to get into it when we do the video on her and show how good she is, but notice it actually specifically says Arkham Knight, so there's a limited number of choices, and the problem to me is that the choices that you have are actually really good on their own or in other team makeups already.
So you kind of have to make a little bit of a sacrifice to have an all-around great team if you want to use her with the most effectiveness.
Now, here's the other thing that's a bit of a problem too. Batman Returns Catwoman should actually, and we'll get into it more in her video, in Arkham Knight Catwoman's video, but her Batman Returns Catwoman's passive does not work properly on her. Instead of doubling the damage over time, it just adds 50% to the base damage, which is the same that other Arkham Knight characters will do. So we're actually going to probably show her with a different team makeup that is just as effective for damage over time. And yeah, she's actually really good with her damage stat being really I think, tied for the best.
Yeah, I think if you see that we're on Arkham Origins Batman stage, that'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what we're going to test her out on. So anyways, this update is definitely a mixed bag. It's always great to see that they're continuing to update the game and add new content, new characters. But unfortunately, the main glitch of the previous update has been patched. So definitely, I would say do not update until you are comfortable that you have enough credits that you'll be able to kind of pad your way through this update until a next glitch might be released, or maybe even just for the next foreseeable future, right? If a glitch isn't released.
Yeah.
But definitely don't go overboard. Don't go over 500,000 because we've heard that.
500 million.
500 million, sorry, not 500,000. That's
That would not be a lot.
because we've heard that will get you banned now. We've had multiple reports of that. We haven't confirmed it ourselves, but it's not worth the risk anyways. You wouldn't want to do that anyways. Get enough credits, don't get too many credits. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. There'll be videos up in the coming days on the new characters. Komoda.